Coming to you live from the Arkham Woods. This is Optimal Play. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Ben.
And we are concluding our Return to the Night of the Zealot 4-part campaign.
That's right.
Today. And the reason it was 4 parts is because, Ben, can you remind us what we did last time?
We decided to go romping around in the swamps to figure out what this story of the Rougarou was. And we found it in the woods and we tried to befriend it after some... hesitation, we'll call it, from my end. And
you did have to be cajoled a little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
You came around.
I did. I tried. I gave it a chance. But we couldn't do that. It kind of stopped us twice. We tried to befriend it, and it decided not. It didn't want to.
Well, really, we needed something to distract it with, and that's where we really struck out. Right? Was getting the doll or the binding stone. There were those locations where we had to pass a giant test, and we put everything we had into one of them and drew the auto fail, and then put everything we could scrounge together into one more try, also failed. So in the end, you got your way. We killed the Rougarou.
We did kill it, yeah. But it could have been cool to become a Rougarou. I did have the curse at the time, so
that's true.
I could have just suddenly turned into a monster with some little pistols, and that would have been fun too. But here we are.
I feel a little bad because you were just gung-ho about destroying the Rougarou, and I was the one who sort of advanced the axe so that we learned that there was another way, and then we had to end up destroying it anyway. So all that I really accomplished was making you realize that there was a more humane option that we did not go with.
Yeah, you really did just kind of dangle the carrot in front of me, and then at the end we're just like, you know what? Then take that whole idea out. You were right to begin with. But
Yep.
That was fine. We did get the bear trap, which really felt good to get anyway. So
So like any good side story episode of a show or something, we are right back where we started before we went. We netted even on experience.
Yep.
We didn't keep any of the story assets or weaknesses.
Nope.
It's like it never happened, except there's video evidence that it did. That's really all we have.
Yep. And a wonderful debate on the difference between a bear and a wolf. That is also what we left with.
That's true. That is somewhere in that. It's not a short video, so we all have to watch the whole thing. But it's worth chiming in on.
It's a good conversation, and we still want to know your vote. But
definitely.
Now it looks like we're in the woods.
So we are playing the Devourer Below, or more specifically, Return to the Devourer Below, because we are playing Return to Night of the Zealot. So we are back on our main storyline where we started in your house, where shit went down. There were ghouls. There was a crazy woman ranting about a cult trying to complete some ritual that would be the end of us all here in Arkham.
She's my friend now. We're cool. She had great ideas. I have bought in 100%.
Yeah, you recruited her to your cause and into your deck and burned your house down.
Yep.
Causing just a little bit of trauma.
A tiny bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Thanks for that reminder.
And then we ramped up the difficulty because we did have a pretty easy time on that scenario. And I think we felt it. Because when we then went throughout Arkham in the Midnight Mass to try to round up as many of the people she thinks are cultists as we could, we didn't do so great. We got 2 out of a possible 6.
Yeah, mostly because of the difficulty from flipping this card, actually, more than the increase to the bag. But it has gotten us good, which has been good. It's been good.
It's the moving from standard to hard. The biggest impact by far was upgrading what the special tokens do, and it's they're rough.
Yes. Huge.
You hate them all when you're on hard difficulty.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
And that's where we find ourselves. So let me. Before I forget, let me ask the audience to hit the like button on the video and subscribe to the channel if you still haven't. Usually, when we're on part 4 of a campaign, you've subscribed if you're going to. So thank you. And then here is the intro to Return to the Devourer Below.
Cool.
After a frantic nighttime search throughout Arkham, you have tracked down and questioned several members of the cult. Your findings are disturbing. They claim to worship a being known as Umordoth, a monstrous entity from another realm. You are able to confirm much of Lita's story. The cult is agitated over the destruction of a ghoul lair. However, a surprising detail also turns up. The one who invaded the lair and set this night's events in motion was none other than Lita Chandler herself.
What?
You're not sure why this important detail was omitted from Lita's story. Did she tell you only as much as was necessary to draw you into her conflict? But in another light, she seems to be fighting to protect the city of Arkham from a terrible menace.
Okay, well that's good.
The final piece of the puzzle was found written in a journal possessed by one of the cultists. It describes a dark ritual to be performed deep within the woods south of Arkham, this very night. According to the journal, the ritual's completion will open a gate and bring forth the cult's dark master into this world. If the cult is not stopped, Lita warns, there's a possibility that Umurdoth's vengeance will consume all in its path. Frightened, but determined to stop the ritual, you head into the woods.
All right.
So we find ourselves already in the woods.
We're already
where
there.
the story continues. So I have already done the setup for the scenario, which involves this main path location and 4 Arkham Woods locations. At least while they're face down, we can just see that they all connect to the main path. So it's sort of a hub and spokes layout right now.
Okay.
We have randomly, so one of the 4 encounter sets that goes into the deck is randomly chosen, or sorry, one of the encounter sets is randomly chosen from 4. I randomly chose the Agents of Cthulhu, so there's going to be, on top of everything else going on, some deep one type activities here, just because the game adds a little variety that way, I guess.
I like that.
Okay, then we have to apply some repercussions for how it's been going so far. So
How dare there be consequences?
we check the campaign log, and there's I'm using the Arkham Cards app, which just tells me the outcome. But from my recollection of the campaign log, there's a little table of kind of impacts based on how many cultists you captured in the previous scenario, or rather how many got away. And because 4 of them got away, we have to add 2 doom to the starting agenda. So we haven't even read it yet, but we do know that we are at 2 out of 4 on the first agenda.
Okay.
We also add a Elder Thing Chaos token to the Chaos bag for the remainder of the campaign. We actually did that when we played Curse of the Rugru just because we wanted to be able to draw all the tokens. So we don't have to make any changes just because we sort of house ruled that into our Rugru game. But this does, and that is not a repercussion of anything. That is just the way that the Chaos bag develops over the course of this mini campaign.
Okay.
And then finally, we have to check the campaign log to see whether it is past midnight, and it is. That happened because we had the Midnight Masks ended with that 6 doom hitting the table moment that pushed us, made us flip the final agenda rather than resign in time. So it is past midnight, and as a result, each player has to discard 2 random cards from our starting hand.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt.
Ooh, that's not good.
Really going to hurt. It introduced some weird timing for me, since I knew this was coming, where I am George, and so as I did my opening hand in Mulligan, I also had to decide how many cards to put underneath him. I left more cards in my opening hand than usual to try to reduce the odds that the ones I really don't want to lose get lost here. That was me using, I've played this campaign many times, using that knowledge a little bit. This is new to you.
Yeah.
So pick...
we'll dual flip.
Damn it, that's the one I was trying to protect.
Oh, sorry.
Down for the horizon. Ouch. And let's do these. These 2
Those
for
2?
you.
All right.
You are losing. Oh no, Lita herself.
Yep, Lita
and
herself.
Eureka.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yep.
That's rough. And I don't think, because this is still part of the setup phase of the game, I don't think that discard triggers my George ability to put a card underneath him and draw another one, which is a shame. Boy, we're gonna miss Lita.
Yeah, I know. I was really upset because I was looking forward to that ability.
Yeah. The last thing that we do is check the campaign log for whether the Ghoul Priest was still alive, but we did defeat it in your house, so
great.
It's not still around here to make this scenario worse for us.
Oh, it would have shown up again?
So in some capacity. I can't again because I'm using this app. All it tells me is that the Ghoul Priest is not still alive, so it doesn't provide what would happen if it was. But something would happen if it was.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, cool.
So one thing we accomplished.
Great.
We did one thing right.
Yeah, see? It's worked out so far.
Oh, yeah. I think we just need to read the agenda and act if you want to read the agenda.
Sure. The Arkham Woods. From interrogating members of the conspiracy within Arkham, you have learned that they are performing a rite of vengeance in response to the destruction of one of their master's lairs. You've entered the woods outside Arkham to try to stop them. The woods seem unnaturally cold and filled with a deathly silence. All right. Spooky.
Okay. And the act is investigating the trail. The evidence you've gathered has led you to the woods south of Arkham, where you believe a ritual to summon a being called Umurdoth is about to take place. Stealing your resolve, you set forth deeper into the woods, hoping to find the site of this ritual. We need 6 clues, 3 times the number of players, to advance this. There are no other instructions on how and when to spend them. We just need to get 6 and spend them. And then last, I think, go ahead and read us the main path and flip that, and then we are On our way.
Hangman's Brook separates Uptown from the woods south of Arkham. Passing over the small bridge, you follow the main path deeper into the forest. Woods. The main path is connected to each other woods location. Action: resign. There's nothing we can do to stop them. You flee the woods, leaving Arkham to its grisly fate. So we always can run away or resign. And there's 2 shroud and no clues.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and this is by definition connected to all other woods locations. Okay.
Yes.
So, yeah, I resigning is always an option, but resigning from the final scenario of a campaign is like you can always resign, and the story will adapt for that. But at the end, it's not a very appealing option.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't seem like it's going to actually help us, feel like we did the thing.
I think for the most part, I'd rather go down swinging than run away in the finale.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, it's our turns. I sure got the only asset that I could or wanted to play discarded. So I'm probably just going to draw a bunch of cards as my turn. I can't really think of anything else.
I actually do have some things I can do, and I probably do want to explore, because I have a card that... Because I want to defeat enemies.
Why don't you go first?
Okay. So, cool. So, I'm going to take the money that I start with, which
I did not take my starting resources either.
I believe
That's
is 5.
a good idea.
Cool. And I will pay 1 for a wolf mask.
Ooh, that's a great first play.
Yeah, and it has 2 offerings on it. And this will give me extra fight or evade for skill tests. And I'm also going to spend 2 more for dissection tools. So this isn't going to do anything for me right now, but so as a reaction, after an enemy at your location is defeated, place 1 resource from the token pool on this card as evidence. While Dissection Tools has 1 or more evidence, it gives me +1 evade, 2 or more evidence, +1 might, 3 or more evidence, +1 sanity.
Nice.
So over time, this should actually make me stronger, and in combination with the wolf mask, help me overcome some things. I hope.
Okay, and if you want to explore one of the paths, I'm actually not mad about that, because I might be happy to know. It would help me decide whether I want to do any moving around.
Yeah, I think I want to explore a little bit. So I'm going to go to these woods. Growing up, you were always warned to stay out of the woods at night. Now you know why. So we are lakeside. It is a woods location. Forced. After you reveal a chaos token from the chaos bag while investigating this location, reveal and resolve an additional chaos token.
Oof.
Limit once per test. It is Shroud 2 and 1 clue per investigator. So, yeah, we found a lake.
The road to be a popular. This used to be a popular spot for fishing, but it doesn't look like anyone has fished here in years. But we can. Fishing for
fish for clues.
Yeah, basically.
See if we can find any trunks or bodies or tentacles or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever we can find.
Well, I'm going to draw at least 1 card this turn, so I will start with that, because I have learned my lesson in most of our previous games about drawing as my last action.
Yep.
I think I think the majority of our 3 games so far, I have been screwed by that.
Yeah, it's never really gone well for you.
Oh, this is actually a good draw. Okay. I was wondering, because I'm going to have to discard to hand size, I was wondering whether I wanted to go there and use deduction while it was in my hand to try to get those clues. But now that I've drawn Granny Orn, I think I'd rather just get her on the table. She is an ally that grants +1 willpower and +1 intellect, and says when an investigator at your location would fail a skill test, exhaust her to give that investigator +1 or -1 for that test. Then I'm now realizing, I'm considering just drawing 3rd action, and I should have done that before playing this. So I just made the mistake I was complimenting myself for not making. But yeah, I don't feel strongly about moving to you. Those clues are potentially difficult to get because you have to draw 2 tokens. You have double the odds of even just auto-failing. So if you get an enemy or something, that's a good way to get those 2. So maybe I will just draw a card.
Okay.
All right, I did not get punished.
Great.
For drawing last action. Okay, there's no enemy phase, so we go to upkeep, draw a card, gain a resource, and then I have to discard several to my hand size.
Several?
I have 4 in hand, and 1 is my maximum hand size right now. Wow. So yeah, I'll definitely discard deduction, and that will be the one I put under George. Okay, I have to lose 2 more of these. I guess I can't afford the fingerprint kit with the resources that I have and don't have anything to use with unconventional method. Okay. That'll be it.
Okay.
Oh, and I draw a card because I discarded. All right, that's a card. And we are at the top of a round, so our third of 4 Doom on the agenda already.
That's
and
so
then
fast.
go ahead and tell us what you've won.
A Grave Eater.
Ooh.
Found a monster. Humanoid, monster ghoul, 2 might, 2 hit points, 2 evade. Forced after Grave Eater attacks you, discard 1 card at random from your hand.
Oof.
So
Okay.
he's engaged with me.
And I got Umardoth's Wrath. Test willpower 5. For each point you fail by, you must either choose and discard a card from your hand or take 1 damage and 1 horror. Woof. A deathly chill engulfs you, attempting to suck your life force away. Oh, well, I'm glad that I have Granny Orn for +1 and potentially another +1 when I fail, so that's good. Beyond that, really nothing I can do here, so I'll just take this test.
That's a rough
Yeah.
card.
Yeah, so it's 3 versus 5. 0 is a good draw.
That's
Okay,
good.
so I will use so I failed by 2. I will use Granny Orn to give myself +1 at this point, so I've only failed by 1. And I just have to discard a card. That's fine. I'll discard this nautical charts, putting it under myself and drawing a new card with my ability. That worked out beautifully. I think 1 was the number of cards I wanted to discard.
Nice. So quick question too. Does that mean I engaged an enemy? Do I get a wolf offering?
You would, except that card says replenish, which means it only goes up to its uses as a maximum.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead and use that. It's always good to kind of keep it
Yeah.
decreased by 1 if you can.
Yep.
All right. Well, the only downside of that Mythos phase for me really was that Granny Orn is now used. But I think I'll go ahead. I might go explore. I don't know. How are you on handling that enemy?
I'm very okay.
You're good.
Yeah, it'll take a few actions because I don't. Well, it might take a few actions, but I'll be okay.
Okay. And remember, if you take actions that are not dealing with it, it'll attack you and force discards.
Yes.
So that's potentially rough. But okay, you should probably be able to just like punch it twice, likely, if it comes to that. All right, then, because I do have my Derringer in hand, but I won't come help you. I will go explore another route, I think. So these woods are the Tangled Thicket. Oh boy, this gets 2 clues on it. Has a shroud of 2, but it says this location is investigated using combat instead of the skill indicated by the investigation attempt. An old horse trail in colonial days, this overgrown path hasn't been used in over a decade. Well, I'm gonna have 3, but it's not what I had in mind.
Let's see. That's 2. This is actually a location I could investigate pretty easily. So if you want to like find something that's more suited to your strengths, then
I think that would be a pretty good idea, but right now, is that what I want to do, or do I just need to do a little more card draw? Keep looking for kind of more of my kit. I think that's what I'll do. Second action is draw a card. Okay, it's not a bad card, and I think now that I haven't found any of my catalogs, and I'm kind of light on resources to pay for these things that I'm now finally drawing. So I think my last action will just be to gain a resource, much as that never feels all that good. Which makes it your turn.
All right. Well, I'm going to attack this Grave Eater. And it doesn't feel good, but I think I'm going to commit this card to it just to get the damage, just to save myself an action.
I think that's a great vicious blow opportunity, yeah.
So anyway, right now I'm at 4, 5 to its 3. I may as well use this.
It's 2, right?
Oh, it's 2.
Is there anything
Excuse
buffing
me.
it I'm missing?
Nope, you're correct.
And I glanced at this a moment ago to double check that the double chaos token thing is only investigating. So the fact that you're fighting here, that's not going to hurt you.
Good to know. So I will use a Wolf Mask token for an additional +2.
Nice.
So I'm at +2, 3, 7 to 2. So I have +5 on it. So
I like those odds.
yeah, pretty good, pretty good.
Oh, I don't like those odds of auto.
Nope.
That's the auto fail.
That's the auto fail.
Yeah.
Huh? That's unfortunate.
Woof. Okay. Oh man, we are off
right.
to a rough start.
Yep.
Losing like Lita, if you had played her first turn, also would have been made this trivial.
Yep.
Yeesh. Okay. Well, that was just your first action, right?
That was my first action. So I guess I'm just gonna attack it again.
Okay.
I feel like I need to. It's gonna be a lost turn, and I really don't want to discard this card so much.
Sure.
So let's just hit it.
Okay.
I'm at 4.
4 to 2.
I'll use this. Why not? Right?
Yeah.
4, 5, 6 to 2. That was a rough way to start.
Yeah.
Minus
Minus
4.
4. The fact that you went to 6 was paid off.
Oh, actually, that's
you
true.
succeed.
Minus
Yeah.
4 succeeds. Yeah, great. So that's 1 damage on it. And I think I want to defeat this, honestly.
Yeah.
So we're gonna swing at it. I want this card, so can't.
Okay. So you're just up by 2 and hoping for the best.
Just up by 2 and hoping it works out.
What are the special
for us.
tokens? Let's see. Oh man, none of them are variable. They're all printed numbers, and they are all worse than 2. So all the special tokens are fails here. That's
Great.
That's bad. You drew minus 5 anyway. Oh god.
Okay. Well, that's how it's gonna be.
Okay. This might not be a long scenario.
Not
this
at
is
this
going
rate.
for us.
Not at this rate.
I guess it's not like we've taken any damage or horror, but we are sure having a hard time here.
Yep.
So in the enemy phase, you get attacked for the Grave Eaters at 1 damage, 1 horror, and a random discard, which was, Glory is what you wanted to defeat that in play to get your hand size growing. Yikes.
Yeah, that was pretty much the worst way that could have gone. So I'm a bit bummed, but
Yeah. All right, and then in the upkeep, I'm going to draw 1, gain a resource, and discard the hand size. I'll just discard Resourceful, because that can go under George. Draw a card.
make matters worse, I now found the motivational speech, which will save you money on your resources too.
Yeah.
This one keeps biting us.
Sometimes card games don't give you the cards in the order you want them.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I have more bad news.
Okay.
I don't know if you thought it could get any worse, but the agenda is advancing.
Oh, great.
So why don't you flip that?
Cool. How bad can it be, huh? Throughout the woods, a shrieking cry echoes. From somewhere deeper in the forest, a score of hideous voices answers the call. Inhuman as the baying of hounds and yet articulate, repeating a singular name. Umordoth, Umordoth, Umordoth. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck and discard cards from the top until a monster enemy is discarded. Spawn the enemy at the main path, then place 1 doom on that enemy.
Whew. Okay.
So we have a giant monster that's, well, maybe not giant, but a monster that's coming to pick a fight with us.
Yeah, we know it will be a monster.
Yeah.
And the next agenda is The Ritual Begins. Umordoth, Umordoth, Umordoth. The chanting builds in intensity, echoing into the cold air of the night. The sparse clouds in the sky coalesce above the Arkham woods, blotting out the faint light of the stars. Each enemy gets +1 fight and +1 evade. So as long as that agenda is on the table, they all have +1 to their difficulties. And to find that monster, it had to be a monster traded card?
Yep.
Okay, so not that cultist. Oof. Grave Eater will do it.
Another
All right,
Grave Eater.
Another Grave Eater. It's at the main path. It's not a hunter, so really we can go in and deal with it when we'd like to. These were not shuffled back in, right? So these are the new discard pile. Draw pile, I think. Okay. Back to us.
Cool. Yep.
All right. Well, I can get those clues, but I have to spend resources and it's so annoying. Like I can play my fingerprint kit, which gives me +1. It gives me an intellect boost on investigation and an extra clue if I succeed. But it doesn't say +1 skill value. It says +1 intellect, which does not help me here, where we have to hack away at the thicket with combat.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Do you need help? I could play my gun and move in.
I am at a -2, so I don't have anything to make that better for me. And
Or you're up by. What do you mean you're down? You're at -2. You're up by
I'm
1,
up.
right? You have 4 to it's 3 now.
That's true. Yep.
Okay, I should probably come help. Let me play my Derringer. 41 Derringer. It's your straightforward gun. It has 3 ammo. This one gives me +2 combat for an attack, and if I succeed by 2 or more, This attack deals +1 damage.
Okay.
The bonus damage is not even necessary here. Oh shoot! These aren't connected to each other. So these Arkham Woods, they're all connected to the main path, but they may or may not be connected to each other based on their symbols at the bottom, and these two do not connect.
Well, that's unfortunate.
So as far as helping with the enemies, the best I can do is go back to the main path and attack this Grave Eater.
It has a Doom token on it
thank you.
too,
I
yeah.
just had the same realization. So I mean, that's good to get that Doom off the table.
Yeah.
But it's not what I had in mind for. Sheesh. Okay.
Not ideal.
No. I think it's kind of what I should do, though. So, second action, I will move, engage the Grave Eater. And, as I make a little room for that stuff. And I'll shoot it, I guess. My skill is at 3, 4, 5 with the Derringer against 3, so I'm up by 2. Granny Orn can help with 1 if I need it. I would really like to succeed by 2 or more and get the bonus damage. So I think to that end, I'm going to put in the 2 matching skills I have from Beneath George. They both have good effects too. One of which happens whether or not I succeed. The other one needs me to succeed. So I'm at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 3.
All right.
Hoping to succeed by 2.
Just don't try what I drew.
Oh, and I am spending an ammo. I drew the -4, which means I hit, right?
Yeah.
It said I was at 7 to 3,
Yeah.
but only just.
Only just.
Jeez. Okay, so that's 1 damage.
Wow.
I do succeed, so I trigger Resourceful. That lets me get a Survivor card out of my discard pile. I only have 1 option. It's this unconventional method, but it's better than nothing. And Grim Resolve lets me swap cards between myself and my bonus hand underneath my character. Honestly, none of these are very exciting. I think I will actually just decline to do that. I don't think I need to do that. All right, I guess all that's left is to shoot it one more time.
Yeah.
Now I don't need to succeed by 2, and I still have Granny Orn ready to help if I fail by 1. So I will go spend the ammo, so I'm at 3, 4, 5. That's it? 5 to 3? Yeah. Yeah, I have no matching skill icons available to me.
This is a rough scenario.
This is... Cultist is a -4.
Plays 2 Doom on the nearest enemy.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh,
This is going to be a real
no.
fast scenario.
So I said I was up by 2, right?
Yeah.
So Granny Orn could give me a +1 that's just short. So I fail and add 2 Doom to the Grave Eater.
Wow.
So now what needs to happen is for you to punch your Grave Eater, move in here, and punch my Grave Eater ideally.
Yeah, but I'm at -1 or +1 on both of these. So my odds are really not good.
Yeah, when you are... If and when you take out yours and come help with mine, Granny Orn is still available to help with a +1.
That's actually really helpful.
Yeah, but that's all I have to offer. I have no combat icons. So the scenario is notoriously very difficult.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
It's very hard to do well, especially on your first time through this campaign. Like, even when it's just the core set, not the return to version, it's very, very punishing final scenario. And which in a way kind of adds replayability, right? Because that makes you want to try again when all you have is the core set. You ideally want a reason to replay it. But even all that said, this is going terribly.
I like how now you say that, and you're like, I really think this is after the first game. He's like, I really think we could make this harder. It seems to be really easy.
It was
so
my
I
idea.
think we could, make this a bit harder. And now he's like, yeah, this is kind of one of the hardest endings to a scenario in the event. So.
I sure would have succeeded at that attack if we had been on the easy or the standard difficulty cultist.
Okay. I see. I'm seeing how this game goes a bit more.
I still think when we're playing as we are with a full card pool, the game is best balanced at hard. But boy, is it kicking our butts.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, it is your turn.
Okay. This is not helpful in any way, shape, or form. So I think I do just need to take a swing at it.
Yeah.
Because this, yeah, I just need to hope it works.
All right.
That's where we're at.
Let's hope it works.
Hope it works.
Cultist is -4.
And 2 more doom.
God. That does not immediately advance the agenda. You only check that in the Mythos phase unless otherwise specified. So we still have time. Oh my gosh, this is a train wreck.
This is
Yeah.
a runaway train.
In that one, because you're only up by 1, even on standard difficulty, you would have failed. So
Yeah,
at least we can't blame hard difficulty for that.
No. But we did get a -1.
Okay.
So on the second attack. So we did it.
Defeated the Grave Eater.
We defeated a Grave
That
Eater.
doom comes back off the table, which means all else equal, we do not advance the agenda yet. We have 1 more round to take care of this.
And because I defeated an enemy, I get some evidence on my dissection tools.
Right.
So now at least I have +1 evade. But I can't come over and kill that this turn.
Yeah.
I do want to go over and at least be ready, because I kind of want to engage it and take the wolf mask. Engage it from you too.
Oh, and then it'll hit you in the enemy phase.
But I would have to be next turn.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You don't have the action to do that now anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I could at least get to that location. And either way, I want to go here. So I think going to the main path with you is a good last action, at least to set us up for the future.
I do, before you leave, I think you also forgot your built-in Roland trigger to gain a clue.
Oh, my gosh, I did. Thank you for the reminder.
Hey, we have a clue. 1 of 6.
We have 1 of 6 clues to advance.
Here we are, potentially advancing the second agenda.
Whew, yeah, there's some scary stuff in these woods.
It will happen if we draw an Ancient Evils from the deck that just adds a Doom to the agenda. We're advancing at this Mythos phase.
Wow. Yeah.
But first, the Grave Eater attacks me in the enemy phase, so I have to take 1 and 1. I'll go ahead and put the horror on Granny Orn and the damage on myself. And it forces me to randomly discard a card, if you would please.
Sure.
Do your worst.
This one.
Oh man, my Idol of Xanatos, that's pretty okay. Oh wait, but it's a discard, so I put it under myself and draw a card to replace it. That's kind of neat, actually.
Oh, that's not that bad.
And then we go to upkeep. So draw a card, gain a resource. Oh, this is a good card for our enemy management woes. I have to discard 2 cards to hand size, and we'll draw 1 back. So let's discard this unconventional method, and I don't know that we're. Am I going to have the time and ability to fingerprint kit this game? Probably not. I'm going to discard a fingerprint kit.
Okay.
And, actually, I'll put the fingerprint kit under. Maybe I'll recover it. And the anchor chain. Okay. And then draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I have, I spent my 1 experience between games. We didn't talk about that, but it was only 1 experience. I spent it on another copy of Brute Force. I now have both in my hand, so I'm good at punching.
Oh, that's good.
Although it's kind of a waste to use it on the Grave Eater, which only has 1 hit point left when this does 3 damage.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we are a lifetime away from even deciding whether we're dealing with this, because we have a Doom on the agenda and then encounter cards to draw.
Mask of Umurdoth. Revelation. Attached to the farthest cultist enemy and place 1 Doom on that enemy.
There is no cultist.
There are no cultist enemies in play. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a cultist enemy. Draw and attach Mask of Umurdoth to it. Shuffle the encounter deck. Attached enemy gets +2 health. If the attached enemy is not unique, it gains aloof. If attached enemy is unique, it gains retaliate. So what is the priority here?
You can basically choose whether you want to search. You're kind of searching both simultaneously.
Oh, okay.
So there, we did see at least 1 cultist go by. You could just grab that, but you're also welcome to look at the encounter deck. So this is.
Oh, sorry, go.
Oh, I was gonna say, so that Disciple of the Devourer, that is non-unique, so it would gain aloof, which means it would not be a threat to us, other than it would have a Doom sitting on it, right? Because this also put a. Did this put a Doom on it?
No, because we searched for it.
Right. Okay.
So it just gets attached.
A lot of cultists gain Doom. Does this? After you spawn it, you must either place 1 Doom on it or place 1 of your clues on its location. Oh, if the current agenda is not agenda 1, do both instead. All right, so it's going to be a Doom and drop a clue.
So we probably should search the deck for that, huh?
Sure. Yeah, we can hopefully find something. That might be the best option. But yeah, anything cultist traded.
That's a corpse taker. That looks like a beefy thing.
Oh, that's a cultist. Yeah.
It is a cultist.
Jeez.
It's
And he gains a doom every Mythos phase.
those are our choices. So Disciple of the Devourer it is.
I guess so. Yep.
And here you go. I'll feed you my clue, and you'll go to the farthest empty location. So,
Which will be one of... Well, really, it's our choice. It could be even one of the ones we know about.
yeah, let's go here, because I'm going to go there afterwards
Okay.
anyway.
Okay, so we'll put it there. It gets a clue, it goes on its location, and it gets a doom placed on it. Doing okay on the shuffle there?
I think a sleeve split.
Oh.
Yep.
Whoops. Thank you. Wait, was it this card?
Or...
I'm not
what?
seeing an issue. You are going insane.
I am going insane. This is what this game does to you.
That's kind of the whole. It's kind of its whole shtick. Okay. Here, while you finish shuffling, let me just take
Oh,
random
sorry.
one from the deck
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
can
yeah.
do
I
mine.
forgot you were
Oh,
waiting for
good!
me.
It's a Grave Eater. So I have a second one on me now. Well, that's something to punch.
Okay.
All right. Jeez.
Can I go first?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I.
Oh, this mask is attached
Oh.
to the Disciple. That's what's giving it aloof at this point, right?
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to use 2 credits and
Oh,
play my
yeah.
Remington Model 1858. So
Hell yeah.
it's time. It's time. So first of all, it's going to get 4 ammo.
And this is the level 4 Remington.
This is a level 4 Remington. So it has 4 ammo on it. And when it enters play or leaves play, I immediately trigger the above action ability, which is spend an ammo, fight. You get +2 for this attack, and it deals +1 damage.
Love that.
So I'm going to use... Oh, and I got the extra ammo because of Locked and Loaded. So all of these cards I've been spending influence on really coming to help me out here. And I'm going to use...
Influence. You're such a Netrunner player.
You know what I'm talking about. Experience, influence. It kind of does the same thing. It's extra goodies that I don't normally have access to. So it does the same thing.
Yeah, you're right. It does. It even has similar pips on the cards.
Exactly, yeah. So yeah, anyway. So I will first use it to blast this one, because I think getting it dead is at least important to get the Doom off the table.
Pretty damn important, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm attack +2, so I am at 6 total.
To its
and
3.
To its 3, so I'm at +3.
Okay. Granny Orn is available to give you the +1 in a pinch.
Okay.
So that covers you up to 4, up to -4s. Yeah, those are good odds.
These are good odds.
Yeah.
I'm okay. And then this will power up the dissection tools too. So this could actually really get us rolling.
That would be big.
Yeah.
-1. Dead.
It is dead.
3 Doom off the table, critically, and the Grave Eater as well.
Yep. And because it dies, I get my dissection tools, which now I have +1 evade and +1 might.
Big deal.
Big deal. And I have 2 more actions because the Remington saved me one. Mm-hmm. So I'm tempted to... Do you want me to help you with that ghoul, or should I go worry about this cultist with the mask before Doom becomes a big issue?
So let's see. What I have brute force. So the attack that I could make against it, it gets +2 icons. It would be a 6 to 3, and with Granny Orn ready. So I'd be fighting it basically with exactly the same odds that you just did, and it worked for you. So that should be fine, right? I should be fine if you want to go down there.
Yeah, but it's gonna take you 2 actions, and you only have 1 bullet.
No, because brute force also makes my basic punch do 3 damage.
Oh.
I wish that we could this is a moment where I wish we could interweave our actions and I could try and see if we need you, but we
Yeah.
gotta commit.
Okay.
I'll leave it up to you.
Okay. How much health does this have? Oh, +2. Oh, so it's gonna take me a couple punches to get this cultist down at this point.
Okay.
So then I think I will pop this off.
Sure.
So you're free at least.
It's also an option that I had back down there because with it having 3 hit points is perfect for my 3 damage brute forces.
Oh, that's true.
But let's see how your attack goes.
Well, okay. So in that case, what I might actually do, it's an action for me to engage it from you, right?
Yes.
So I think I'll actually do that to power up my wolf mask a little bit.
I like it. Yeah.
I don't know if I want to use the wolf mask for this, but I think having an extra one here might be really beneficial.
I think that's a good point.
So action 2 will be to engage it, and then my third one will be to fight it with my Remington. So I am at 1, 2, 3, 7 to its 3.
All right, and we're still at the same location, so Granny Orn can help.
Great. -1.
Didn't need it.
All right.
Now we're finally drawing some of the not ridiculous tokens
I
out of
know.
the chaos bag. All right, that's a good feeling.
That was a rough start.
Good turn.
And that gets me, because that's not once per turn, right?
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
So it gets me my third evidence, so now I also have +1 sanity. So that early damage negated a little bit for now.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
much better spot.
Cool. And now I have no ghouls on me, which is a nice feeling. Thank you. Mm-hmm. But that does leave me wondering, what am I doing with my life?
If you have an ally, I can help you.
I have one in play already.
Fair.
Appreciate it, though. It would be nice if I had those catalogs to keep. Well, actually, nothing in my hand is an item anymore. So, in the theory, I can deal with this just fine with a brute force. Is that what I want to go do? I'm also I have a card in hand that is pretty helpful investigating that, even though despite the combat thing. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do rather than face check another location. I think I'll move down to the Arkham Woods.
Now who's using Netrunner terms? Face check a location.
Face check is not a Netrunner exclusive term.
That's just as much as influences.
I mean, that's like I think I first started using face check in League of Legends when you go into bushes that you can't see players who are inside the bushes unless you're also inside the bushes. Just walking in is face checking. That's where I learned the term.
Okay. I just learned that from Netrunner and just like realizing I'm just gonna run into this and just see what happens.
Face check,
just
like, just use your face to see whether it's a trap.
Yeah. Stick your neck out. Does something hit you? No. And
Exactly.
go from there.
Yep. So anyway, I'm not doing that here. I'm going to the nice safe tingle thicket. Now I'm trying to decide whether to engage the disciple and try to defeat it, or just grab some clues and kind of leave the conversation about how we're dealing with that for a little bit. But it has +2 health. That's so perfect. You'll get more enemies. I'm not worried about you having stuff to do, so I'll go ahead and engage it. And
that has my clue
fight it
on it too, right?
The clue went to its location, so that's why there's 3 clues.
I
here.
understand now. Okay.
At least I think that's what this said, or what it was on the disciple itself. Place 1 of your clues on its location. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay, so last action. Hopefully this works. I am going to punch it. I will play Brute Force into this, and I'm double checking whether I have any other matching icons. I can play 2 Brute Forces, but I'd rather not. So I'm at 3, 4, 5, 6 to its. Oh shoot, it's at 4 because everything has +1 fight, +1 evade.
Oh, all monsters? Or...
Each enemy.
Oh, each enemy. That's much.
I wonder if this is actually a good idea. Maybe I shouldn't do this. It's an option to use both my brute forces too. I don't feel great being up by only 2. All of the special tokens are failures. All right. I'm changing my mind. I'm not engaging it. Rewind. I have 2 actions left. I'm going to get some clues.
Okay.
So I'm going to investigate. I have to investigate in the woods or in the tangled thicket with my combat skill, which is 3 to 2. And the elder thing symbol -7. If there's an ancient one enemy in play, reveal another token. Don't worry, there's no ancient ones, and there probably never will be. So that's fine.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I have good news though. So with that -7, this I don't think has come up in our campaign, but as a refresher for you, you can't. Your final test result cannot go below 0. It has a minimum of 0.
Okay.
So I just failed 0 to 2, despite the -7 to my 3, which means I can play Look What I Found because I have failed a skill test by 2 or less, and discover 2 clues at my location. So
awesome.
Boom. That's why I wasn't too worried about the combat skill thing.
Big fan of using game rules against it.
Yep.
Against the game.
Yep.
Big fan.
And so now for my last action, I could do a classic last action draw a card. But man, if I hit my Cast Adrift, that would be insanely bad.
Just get a resource. Don't draw a card.
I'm debating between drawing a card and just taking a shot in the dark at that clue. It would just be like investigating 3 versus 2 with Granny Orn handy. What other terrible things can happen from these if I take a test that I am not confident in? The tablet makes you take a damage in a horror if there's a monster at your location. There's not. The cultist puts 2 doom on the nearest enemy. That would be catastrophic. That would make the agenda advance. I don't think it's worth taking tests that are kind of like just to take a test when that is a potential outcome. So I agree. I'll gain a resource.
Okay.
I'll do the thing Ben said. And that's the round, right? You went first?
I did go first, yeah.
Okay. So then the enemy phase, because this is aloof, nothing is happening and it doesn't have any other effects on it. All right. So we'll go to upkeep.
All right. Oh man, this game is really just getting us just a little bit every time. Little by little.
All right. I'm not discarding the hand size, which is always a little bit sad, but it means I'm not hitting my cast adrift at an inopportune time. No time at this point is opportune. Okay. It is the Mythos phase. We have 3 total doom in play, so we're good on that. And you can draw your card.
All right. Mask of Umordoth.
Oh no! Another one.
Another one. Let's find ourselves a cultist.
I don't think there's one in the discard pile now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
Oh, there is, because you pulled that out of the deck.
Yep,
that's right.
So let's grab it.
Farthest. This was your draw, so farthest empty location from you could be any of these.
Be here, so I'll go there. But now that it has to be a doom.
It's agenda 2, so you're doing both. Oh, you don't have a clue. So yeah, we're just putting a doom on it.
Yeah.
And attaching. All right, well,
mask
that's 4 doom on the table. So an Ancient Evils would advance the agenda. Fingers crossed. It is frozen in fear. All right, this isn't great. This goes into my threat area. The first time I perform move, fight, or evade each round, it costs an additional action. At the end of my turn, I test willpower to see if I can get rid of this. Okay, so that means now for me to engage and fight Disciple of the Devourer, that would be my whole turn, because the fight is 2 actions. I still think that's probably the play for me. And this is aloof, so you have to move, engage, and fight it if you want to deal with that one. We both basically have to pass our tests here to get this doom off the table.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel great. I was really hoping to play Artistic Inspiration for the ability to exhaust for that other +1 I can get if I'm going to fail. But
I mean, I feel like I have a pretty good chance of being able to kill it.
Yeah.
At least.
You want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you? Yeah, I'll do that.
Because that will also be, you'll also expose a new location, which is a little bit more information to have on my turn. Yeah, that all seems good.
Totally. So I found a Quiet Glade.
Ooh.
It's a 1 shroud, no clues. Action: heal 1 damage or 1 horror, limit once per turn, which is really good. This would be a nice picnic spot if it weren't for all the monsters.
That's what they say. Yeah.
That sounds very nice. What a nice place for this cultist to be chanting from with its weird mask, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, it's aloof. It's not interested in fighting. You just walked in on its picnic.
Yeah. It's true. It's just, having a time in the woods. It's actually pretty sweet. And I'm just going to ruin it.
Please do.
Okay, so
it has 3 health. Do you have a way
health.
to do 3 to it?
I have to attack it twice.
But you have to spend an action engaging it. I don't know if that's possible.
Oh, I see. Well, then, yeah, I cannot kill it this turn.
Yeah, you would need a vicious blow or something.
And I do not have that. My cards have not been helpful.
If it attacks you in the enemy phase, it's just damage. So it might still be worth starting now rather than kind of wasting actions on less important things, but that's up to you.
But we're going to be on the last act.
The last agenda. Maybe if I can get this off the table and we don't draw any Ancient Evils, we won't advance it next round. It's several big ifs.
Yeah, big ifs. Okay, well, I'll do it. I'll engage it. I mean, we have to do it, so
okay.
Ignoring it's not going to help, and engaging it gets me a Wolf Mask token, which I'm going to spend immediately. So.
Perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. +4, so I'm at 9.
9 to its, and it has 4 because of that +1. So
9 to its 4. Yep. So I'm at +4.
You're at +5.
I'm at +5.
Which is important really because it would have been funny if you drew a -5. But a -1, you're good.
-1, 2 damage, and it has 2 extra health thanks to the mask.
Yep.
So I did not defeat it, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, that leaves me having to defeat this Disciple of the Devourer, and because of Frozen in Fear, I only have 1 shot at it. I could have tried twice if it weren't for this, so I am going to engage it as my first action, Thankfully, that is not taxed by Frozen in Fear. Otherwise, I couldn't even attack it. Second action, I will punch it with a brute force. Oh man, I'm trying to decide. So that puts me at 3, 4, 5, 6 to its 4. Granny Orn gives me that +1. There's 2 -4s in the bag if you count the cultist, which makes me really tempted to play this artistic inspiration, which is such a good asset, but it is a wild icon right now. No. Because also, if I draw the cultist, it's a -4. I fail, but that's the least of our worries because it also puts 2 doom on an enemy.
Yeah.
I think that we're if I draw the cult, I'm not going to hedge around the cultist because I think even if I put this card into that, if we draw the cultist, we are pretty well and truly fucked.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, 100%.
All right, here we go. I'm sure the camera. It's a 0.
Oh, great.
Hell right. Yeah. Okay. So thanks to brute force, because this was a basic fight action, oh wow, actually, I forgot this text. Thank God I drew the 0. If the test is successful by 2 or more, the attack deals +2 damage. Oh. I totally skipped over that text in this usage of this card. That basically needed to be a 0. Well, it worked out. Something worked out. So that's for a second I thought that was the one that's at this location.
Nope,
that was in my threat area. Okay. So,
I see what you're saying.
Disciple of the Devourer defeated. 1 doom is off the table, so we, for now, until further notice, are not looking at the end of the world. But that was my second and third actions because of Frozen in Fear, so all that's left is to test to see whether I get rid of Frozen in Fear. Mm-hmm. Which this is another opportunity to just draw the cultist and dump 2 more doom onto your enemy.
Oh, that's true.
That can, when the tokens are really bad, like they are here, the Frozen in Fear, that can be the worst thing about it, is just that you're taking an extra test every turn with the potential to trigger horrible effects.
Oh, interesting.
I don't necessarily think that's was a part of its conception by the designers, but it is a fact at times. Okay, well I have +1 from Granny Orn, so I'm testing 3 to 3, and I'm not putting any icons into this, so... Cultist, it did happen.
Are you serious?
It happened.
All
okay.
Right.
So place 2 doom on the nearest enemy, which is going to be your enemy. Oh wow.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Oh man, and this does not go away, so I also still am Frozen in Fear. Well, yeah, that's it. That's my turn. That's the round, right? Because you went first.
Yeah, sure is.
Okay, so in the enemy phase, you just get attacked for 1 damage.
I get attacked for 1 damage. That's all. No, nothing else. No big deal.
And we go to upkeep, so...
I have so much money.
Resource card. Oh, good. Just to, I don't know, add insult to injury, in a literal sense, I drew my leg injury. So this is my weakness that can be healed as if it were a single point of damage, which would discard it. And after I take a move, resign, or evade action, I cannot take any more of that type of action that turn. Combined with Frozen in Fear... doesn't act. It's actually like less of a big deal when I'm Frozen in Fear because I couldn't double move anyway because those cost 2 actions each.
Right.
So, but yeah, that's gonna sit there for a while probably.
Well, you can also get rid of it at the woods.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
At the Quiet Glade, I got a picnic would soothe my leg injury.
That's right.
All right.
So it's always an option.
We'll see if that works out.
Depending on how things go, you know.
For now, are you done with upkeep?
Yeah, I am.
Then we are at, after we add a doom, we are at 6 out of 5. Mm-hmm. So we're going to remove it all, and why don't you advance that agenda?
A dark presence approaches, and you are assaulted by invisible pressures that bring you to your knees. A terrible force threatens to invade your mind and soul. Your throat clenches and your eyes water as the sensation burns through you. In player order, each investigator must test 6 willpower. Oof. Oof. Each investigator who fails must search the collection for a random basic madness weakness and add it to his or her hand. Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. I forgot about that. I'll have to, assuming we fail this test, I'll have to pause the video and go grab basic weaknesses. if you see that effect not in the finale of a scenario, then that is adding it to your deck permanently.
Right.
Here, it's just going to resolve its revelation effect once, and then probably it's basically just suffer a random madness weaknesses effect, which is not a good thing. Okay, I guess so. In player order, that means you first are testing willpower 6.
Yeah, and I mean, I have these 2 cards I could, but I'm still would be at -1 at best. So I think I just have to eat this and just be...
All right.
Yeah, I don't really have a great other way to go. So let's... -4.
Okay, so you definitely fail.
Yeah.
Let me take mine, I guess.
Yep.
Is there any... Let's see, my Elder Sign effect is +1. I don't think there's any world where I pass this. I'm at 3 to 6.
Yeah.
I can't just not take the test because you never know if it's going to trigger some other terrible effect. So...
Cultist? Another cultist?
It could be. It's just a -3.
Okay.
All right, so I fail 6 to 0. Okay, so we're going to take a small break, and I'm going to pause the video while I go grab the stack of basic weaknesses.
Let's find out what terrible things will happen to us next.
Should be fun. All right. Okay, we're back. I have the weaknesses. I also have switched to alcohol from caffeine.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
We're gonna need it.
Okay, so
That makes the doom count higher, right? That means we need more doom with alcohol. Now that we're adding alcohol, like we are less worried about the oncoming doom, and it gives us more time.
Oh, I mean, yeah. If you subscribe to the interpretation that this is all imaginary, or then actually, yes, it should.
Great.
Right.
All right. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. So this is great.
Get
It's
drunk
a
while playing Arkham and just double the doom thresholds.
strategic move, 100% strategy. I like it.
Right.
Like where your head's at.
So when this campaign came out, when it said search the collection for basic weakness, it was talking about a small subset of cards. It is now a large set of cards, so there's a huge amount of effects that could be coming your way right now.
That's a lot. Yeah.
So starting with you, we're going to flip till we hit a madness.
Yep.
Nope. There's one. Panic. It goes straight into your threat area. Why don't you tell us about it?
All right. Revelation. Put panic into play in your threat area. Panic can be healed as if it were a single point of horror on you. Enforced after you take a play, engage, or resource action. You cannot take any of those types of actions for the remainder of the turn.
Oh, very similar to my leg injury.
Yeah, and this is actually going to be really okay since I'm already in the woods, so I can get rid of this almost immediately. So this will just cost me an action.
That was a good draw.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking for a madness for myself. Chronophobia. Put chronophobia into play in your threat area. At the end of your turn, take 1 direct horror, and it's 2 actions to discard it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm taking 1 horror per turn. Honestly, I have currently no horror on me, and peeking at the next agenda, it only has 5 doom threshold. Maybe I don't need to spend the 2 actions on this.
That might not affect us too much, as it turns out. Just, guessing how things are going.
Right. And I guess we can do more than peek. We are on that agenda, right? So
That's right.
Tell us about Vengeance Awaits.
Vengeance awaits. The world begins to shift and change as the ritual nears its conclusion. The air grows chilly and the entire forest is covered in a layer of rime. The trees bend unnaturally and their shadows lengthen into weird shapes. Forced when this agenda advances. If the investigators are at Act 1, put the set... I'm going to skip that. If the investigators are at Act 2 or 3, discard all... Oh, wait. Are we at Act 1? We are at Act 1. Sorry, I got the things back.
And it's when this advances, so we're actually not there yet.
Okay, you're right. I got it backwards. So if the investigators are at Act 1, put the set-aside ritual site into play and spawn the set-aside Umerdoth there.
Yeah, there's a set-aside Umerdoth. It's fine.
Got it. So if the investigators are at Act 1... Okay, so we just put ritual site into play.
Okay.
And spawn the Umerdoth there. Okay. Great.
Okay. So, so it's actually maybe not the final part of the game, right? Because this implies that more happens when you advance this. Otherwise, why would you be adding locations to play?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Then, this is fine.
Everything's fine.
Yep.
No problem.
We still have to draw in counter cards, right?
Yes.
We still hadn't done that.
No. Oh, look! Another disciple.
Oh, jeez.
Spawn farthest empty location, which I think they're all one away.
Would be, these are connected. So, oh yeah, that's right. We realized that during the pause. I'm going to rearrange these physically so that we can remember that these two are connected to one another. These two, I think, are both 2 steps from you because you'd have to go through the main path to get to them. And so, pick one of those.
So we will put it over here.
Okay.
Enforced after you spawn, you must spawn this. You must either place 1 Doom token on it or place 1 of your clues. And since I do not have a clue, literally, I put a Doom token there.
Plus, the current agenda is not Agenda 1, so you would have to do both anyway.
Yeah, that's...
luckily, you don't have a clue to lose. We still only have 2 out of 6 clues on the act.
Yep.
Okay. Rotting Remains. Sure, why not? Test willpower 3 for each point you fail by. Take 1 horror. Watch this be another cultist.
That would be fitting.
-5.
Alright.
Okay, well, I fail by the maximum, which is 3. Yeah, so that's a lot of horror. All of a sudden, maybe chronophobia is a problem. Cool.
Brutal.
Cool. Okay. That's the Mythos phase. It's back to our turns.
Mm-hmm.
Woof.
Well, what's happened?
So... Frozen in Fear is still on me. So I think I really want to... I guess I'll go first if you don't mind.
No, go for it.
I don't know, because I'm thinking out my turn already. I'm going to play Artistic Inspiration. This is... Put my leg injury in my threat area. Put this here. This starts with 1 inspiration. I can replenish it by discarding a card from my hand, and I can use it for +or -1 on a skill test after drawing the token. So now I have that +2 after drawing that might help me start actually passing some tests. Emphasis on might. That was my first action. So I could... To advance that act, we need 6 clues, which means we need this one. So I could go for this.
Mm-hmm.
I have to investigate with combat, or I could clear my chronophobia with those 2 actions, or I could basically double action and move back to the main path just to try to be in a more relevant location. I guess I should try to get this clue, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And let's see, on the nearest enemy is where if I draw the cultist again, it at least puts 2 doom on your disciple that you are hopefully about to kill.
Hopefully.
and get that doom back off the table. So that timing works out well too.
Yeah.
All right. Sadly though, I am just investigating naked 3 versus 2, but I do have 2 boosts I can give myself. So let's just draw something good. A -2.
Hey.
Beautiful. Okay. Yeah. So I will go ahead and, so I fail by 1. I think I would like to discard a card from my hand to this round, triggering my ability before I pass the turn. So I will use Artistic Inspiration's charge for the +1 to pass the test. Gain that clue. Oops, why did I put it there? Put it on myself. And then I am going to go ahead and exhaust Artistic Inspiration, discard Unconventional Method, putting it under myself to draw a card. Sure. That's a card. It's not bad, actually, if I need to fight some more. And then I have 1 action left. So I can't clear Chronophobia. I also can't move. So last action, draw a card? Is that where we're?
You got the hand size.
I do have the hand size. Yep. Okay, not punished.
Hooray!
And
Sometimes.
then here at the end of my turn, I do have to test Frozen in Fear. So 3 to 3. I don't want to pitch this card into it, not just to be up by 1. Oh god. -7, and if there was an Ancient One enemy in play, I would reveal another token. There's not.
Isn't Umerdolf in play?
No, that's going to happen when we advance this. Like when this advances to its 5 doom from its 5 doom, that's when that stuff is triggered.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Got it. Okay.
Yep. So for now, no Ancient Ones in play. Okay, so I failed Frozen in Fear, but that's no surprise. Your turn.
All right. We will attack the Disciple of the Devourer. I will use the Remington. Man, now that I'm running out of ammo for once, because I'm going to need to use 2 shots on that too. Well, 1 and 1.
Well, this one doesn't have +2 health at least.
Oh.
Also, that +1 difficulty is gone. That was only during Agenda 2.
That's great.
So they're 1 easier to hit than they have been.
Oh, so if I don't use that, I'm at 4, 5, 6-7 to 3.
Oh, if you use the mask, that's pretty decent.
Pretty okay. You know what? I'll do that.
Save the ammo.
And I'll add a hard boiled to give me 2 more fists, just to be safe. Because we can't afford to dilly dally.
Yeah, I agree.
0. Okay.
All right.
So we'll take those. We kill the disciple. This goes away.
Nice. You would gain a clue if there were any at your location.
If there were any.
And yeah, you get an evidence on dissection tools, but over 3 doesn't really matter. Okay.
I'm going to heal the panic.
Nice.
With the glade location.
This technically is in your discard pile. I think that's unlikely to matter. So since it's not sleeved with the rest of your cards, I'm going to set it aside.
Yep. And then my last action, I think I'm going to go and just start worrying with this. So it's 1 action, 1, 2, right?
Yeah. So this one is. Oh, right. Yeah.
So I got to go to the main.
Yeah, because you're not connecting to it. Yeah.
Okay. So that's my last action.
Okay. Then that's our turn. We will. Oops! I forgot to add that inspiration when I did that. So. We'll go to upkeep because this enemy doesn't do anything.
I got my back injury.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's fun. Okay,
minus one
health.
health. That's fine.
That's right. Yeah, because you don't have anything that takes up the body slot, so that's always been not that bad a weakness for you.
No, I don't think it's been relevant yet.
I am really dreading hitting my cast adrift sometime in the late game here. That's not a good time for it. There's no good time for that, really. I should probably start using some of these cards so that I don't lose 5 cards to it, though.
That is smart. That's a good way to start to play around it a little bit.
It's almost all intellect icons under those, so I need to actually do some intellect investigations to make use of that. Okay, we have 1 Doom on the agenda with 2 total in play, so we're fine on the Doom threshold of 5, and you can draw your encounter card.
Ancient Evils. Place 1 Doom on the current agenda.
Boy. Okay.
It's going quick.
Yep.
This game is going to be quick.
Mine is Frozen in Fear. I guess nothing stops me from having 2 of them. And so I will have to take 2 tests, 1 for each at the end of my turn, and it's 2 additional actions for me to move, fight, and evade. Dear God.
Rough.
I am literally frozen.
Like, you are
in fear.
Yeah, injured and frozen is a rough combination.
It takes me 2 turns to get to anywhere where I could start getting clues. 2 turns.
The game will literally be over by the time you can start getting clues.
This is insane.
This is really
all
rough.
Right. It's our turns. And I forgot last turn. I'm sorry. I'll go back and take a direct horror for my chronophobia because I did not clear that last turn.
Where's that free move card? That's been clutched all these other games.
I lost 1 copy of it to my random discard. I do have a second copy. Bound for the Horizon, that was. Yeah, that was one of my start of game random discards because it was past midnight.
Dang.
Yep. Oh, man.
Okay. I guess I should go take out this Devourer, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, so okay. I'll take the first turn. I'll go to the Disciple, which engages me now because it doesn't have the mask, right?
Yep.
So when it engages me, I get your mask offering.
And you've discovered a new location.
Oh, that's true. Thank you. So I found the Great Willow. Shroud 4, and it's going to get us 2 clues. After an investigator at this location succeeds at a skill test on a treachery, that treachery gains Surge. Group limit once per round.
So if you succeed on a treachery, you have to draw another card, basically.
Yeah. Yep. It seems to groan and twist in the chill wind as though alive. Rough location. Okay. Well, my first action was to move, and I've engaged this enemy. My second action is going to be to attack it. Now, it's only attack 3, or might 3, and it doesn't have the extra health from the mask, so this theoretically should be okay.
Okay.
Do I want to use the gun, though? I'm at 4, 5. I could be at 6, 7 to its 3. I think I just hit it straight up and try and save the gun in case we really need it. Because I think spending actions at this point to play new cards is going to be rough.
So do you want to use the mask then?
Oh, I'm definitely using the mask. Okay. Yes.
So 4. You're at 6 to 3.
4, 5, 6, 7.
7 to 3.
7 to 3.
Nice.
Yeah. So pretty good. Pretty good, I think.
-1. You're good.
Great.
Punched.
So punched.
That Doom is off the table.
Doom is off the table. And I will use my Roland ability to take a clue at the location and add it. And now that's books, right?
Yeah.
It's books. So I only have 3 books.
Yeah, so those odds are not good.
That's not good odds to get this last one. So I think...
You can chill here and hope you draw an enemy. That would help you get it.
Do I chill there? I feel like I should try and go over here. So you go over there.
And also, these two are connected to each other.
Oh, they are.
So you could move straight there.
Yeah, because I think this is more likely for me to get.
Yeah, that is the one where you have to reveal 2 chaos tokens when you investigate, though.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep.
Neither one is likely.
They're both
for me
pretty
to get
rough.
it.
So really, your Roland ability is extremely strong right now, getting these clues off of all these really difficult places.
Okay.
But we've cleaned up all the enemies for once.
I guess I'm just going to draw and kind of hope I start to get solutions here.
If you hit your other weakness, cover up. Who cares? It's the finale.
Doesn't matter.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm just going to draw for my last action. This is actually kind of helpful. Okay, great.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
So it's my turn. What in the world am I doing? I'm double frozen in fear. I have chronophobia. I think I just clear my chronophobia. I really don't want to triple action just to move. So I think I actually put in some icons and try to at least get rid of 1 frozen in fear this round. I will have, if I'm taking no other tests, I will have Granny Orn and Artistic Inspiration available to me. So I think I will draw a card first action, and then unless this changes things, my plan will then be to double action Chronophobia. That's a good card. Okay. So next 2 actions, I will clear Chronophobia. Again, technically in my discard pile if we were to like shuffle our decks or something, but until then I'm setting it aside because it's not sleeved. Okay, that's my turn. So 2 Frozen in Fears coming my way. I'm at 3-3 on each of them. So there's what, like 4-ish tokens in the bag that currently pass. If I boost this by 1, I have a willpower icon underneath George, a willpower icon in my hand, a wild icon that it would be nice to hang on to. I might boost each of these to 4, and then the -1s. I think there's 3 -1s in the bag, so suddenly those pass. That gives me around. Oh, there's a dog hair on the table. It's driving me nuts. Sorry. I have 3 corgis, so if you see dog hair on camera, that's why. +1 gives me like a coin flip-ish chance on each Frozen in Fear, so I think that's what I'll do is I have two willpower icons. I'll put 1 into each of these 2 Frozen in Fear tests I'm taking. So, all right, so here's, I'll start with the one underneath George. It's an Idol of Xanatos. And, okay, so I'm testing up by 1 on this Frozen in Fear.
Okay.
I got a 0.
Ooh.
Passed. Okay. 1 Frozen in Fear gone.
Good news.
Can I do it again? I think I'm going to pitch this other Idol of Xanatos from my hand. Be up by 1 again on this next one. Man, this would be a miracle if I pass both of these. Let's see it happen. Coldest. Oh, that's a -4 and place 2 Doom on the nearest enemy. Thankfully, there are no enemies.
Okay.
So that whiffs. But -4, I can't quite overcome with my 2+1s. So I fail that one. All right.
Still, you're in a much better spot now than you were a minute ago.
Significantly better having one of those gone. Okay, we go to upkeep, yeah?
Yep. Draw a card. Get a buck.
I have to discard to hand size, which will trigger myself here. I think that could be... it could be a brute force. Okay, not my weakness, but it's coming. It's coming. There's like 10, 15 cards left. It's getting to feel really scary to draw cards from my own deck, which is not a good feeling. All right, 3 Doom on the agenda. Nothing else on the table. So, what do we get?
Umerdot's Wrath. Curse, Revelation, test 5 brains, 5 will. For each point you fail by, you must either choose and discard 1 card from your hand, or take 1 damage and 1 horror. Okay.
Sure. Auto fail.
So I have to.
So you fail by 5?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I have to do all of those?
You have to do this choice 5 times. So discard a card from your hand or take a damage and a horror 5 times.
Okay, well I can only take 2 damage and horror, so I guess that's that.
Oh man, okay.
And then I keep all but 1 card. Or I lose all but 1 card, excuse me.
We are so screwed.
So screwed.
Oh.
All right, what do I keep?
Which one do you keep? You can keep this one.
All right. That's actually a really pretty solid one.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that.
I kind of... That or the draw cards. 1 card let me draw cards, but that's rough. Not ideal.
Meanwhile, I drew Chill from Below. This is to test Willpower 3, and for each point I fail by, I must discard a card at random from my hand, and for each card I cannot discard, take 1 damage. Alright. So, I'm testing even here. 0. I pass. Look at me.
Alright.
Thank you, Granny Orn, for that willpower boost. Okay. Well, I had a good Mythos phase.
Well, that makes one of us.
Alright, well, there's no enemies. It's a little bit of a slow turn. You might just be drawing a bunch of cards or something. I think it's sad that neither of these locations that are where the clues are for me to come help with are 1 move away from me. So I think the best I can do is move to the main path. That's 2 actions. Mm-hmm. And
unless you wanted to get rid of the leg injury, that's the only other thing that I could imagine.
That's 2 moves away for me.
Oh, aren't these connected?
Oh, sorry, it's this one. Oh, that's right. For now, I don't think that's a priority.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does mean I can't double move ever, but as long as I'm frozen in fear, I'm not double moving anyway. I guess I just stay there and so we know that you're A, not on my location, and B, don't have many cards, so you probably don't need my catalog on the table all that badly.
No, I have so much
money. And you have 7 resources. Okay, what am I gonna... I feel like I should play something here, probably. Get my hand size down a little bit. I think I'm just gonna spend the 3 resources that I have to... you know what? I'm the one who's low on resources, so I was thinking about just playing my other copy of Derringer to refresh its ammo, but I think I'll go ahead and play the catalog, and then that can help me pay for the Derringer later. So we'll put 5 secrets on there, just because I am a little more resource strapped, just to be economical with it.
Sure, seems
this is also an item that with my events that like throw an item at me or something is one that I can lose later. Okay, that's my turn. What are you up to?
Great question. I think I'll draw. First action. Cool. I'll draw again.
Okay.
That's actually solid. And then I will spend $3 dollar dues to get an ancestral token. Which has a reaction after I defeat an enemy, exhaust it, and I can add bless tokens to the chaos bag equal to the enemy's printed health.
Blesses might help us pass some of these godforsaken will tests.
It might help get us there for sure. But that's my whole turn.
Nice. Yep. Okay. There are no enemies, so we will go to upkeep. Gain a buck, draw a card. I am at exactly my hand size. Oh man, yeah, where have these been? I just drew my first glimmer of hope of the game. That's that card that there's 3 copies of that I can keep recovering from the discard pile.
Yeah.
I would love to see some more of these and start recovering those. Okay, 4 out of 5 doom. Whatever happens next is happening soon.
Umerdol's Hunger. Revelation. Each investigator must discard 1 card at random from his or her hand. Each investigator who has no cards in his or her hand is killed. Heal 1 damage from each enemy in play.
I forgot that. So this is when you can see the encounter icon here is like inverted. That means it's specifically added by the return version of this. So that is one way that this scenario became even more brutal. That's with that expansion.
Rough.
You can outright get killed.
Just straight kills you.
Okay.
It prefers to feast on the rot of the deceased, but when the hunger is overpowering, the living will suffice. Gross.
So, we each discard a random card. You lost a daring and I lost a hand hook. Mm-hmm. Okay. I am actually unclear. I never thought to, or between games, I never remember to look this up on whether. So I have a limit of 5 cards beneath George. Can I trigger this, like add a 6th, then choose one to discard, or can I not trigger it because I'm at my limit? Regardless, I don't feel strongly about drawing cards from my deck when I could hit my weakness or this card being under there, so I guess I will just let it go to the discard pile.
Fair enough.
Okay, my draw is an Acolyte of Umordoth.
Wish I had that.
This is going to be engaged with me. It's a humanoid, a monster, a ghoul. Its dreadful mask conceals the true horror beneath. While engaged with an investigator with no cards in his or her hand, this cannot be evaded. Okay. Well, it's an option for me to move to you, where you could A, help me kill it, and B, gain a clue in the process. I would take an opportunity attack from it.
If you were... How much health would it have? 3? I
wish I could move here and then try to evade it, and that way it's like not on me while you're attacking it, but because of Frozen Fear, those would both take 2 actions.
Yeah, I was also trying to figure out if it was worth it for you to go to Arkham Woods, because I have a way to get that clue token that I'm with, but I don't think I could deal the extra damage that I would need to kill it. I
still have... it's underneath George. I still have a brute force, which if I succeed does 3 damage, so I actually should be able to kill it. Why don't I go first and see whether I can just kill it?
Okay, if you feel like you can kill it, then that seems good.
I feel like I might kill it.
But remember, brute force needs you to succeed by 2.
Yes. Thank you for the reminder.
Yeah.
I will throw in some icons accordingly.
Yeah. I know you guaranteed success with it last time, but I just want to make sure that we have that in the bag.
Okay, so...
Things can only go so much worse, you know?
So I will punch the Acolyte of Umordoth. I will commit brute force to it, which has 3 total combat icons when committed to a basic fight action, and if the test is successful by 2 or more, it deals +2 damage. The difficulty is just 3, and I'm currently at 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's put in that Glimmer of Hope to go to 7, and a Resourceful to go to 8. And I have these 2... Granny Orn only adds... Granny Orn cannot help me succeed by 2. She only adds +1 if you would fail. Artistic Inspiration can help regardless. So, like, if you count this, I'm at, like, 9 versus 3, which doesn't mean there's nothing that would not get me there, but I think that's about the best. You know what? I'm going to consider this pretty important. I guess I'm going to put Grim Resolve into this, too.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. It's just one more icon, and I don't really want to trigger its effect right now.
I think you hang on to it.
All right, I'll take some chances.
Yeah.
Here goes nothing. Oh, it's the Cultist, a -4. Okay, where were we at here? I think I'm okay. I was at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That -4 puts me at 4 to 3. Artistic Inspiration.
Oh, nice.
Can make it. Oh, wait, it doesn't exhaust. It exhausts when I add the token, not when I spend the token. Okay. Makes me at exactly succeed by 2. Thank you,
Huge,
Artistic Inspiration. That's a big deal.
If you didn't kill it, it would have had 2 more Doom tokens too. So it also would have
because of the Cultist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Because I'm killing it, there's no enemy. Right.
Right.
I think what actually happens is you resolve the token in its entirety, so it got 2 Doom, and then I kill it, and the Doom goes with it. So it actually doesn't matter whether there were any other enemies. But yeah. Okay. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
That just worked out. I also had put a Resourceful into that, so I can recover a Survivor card from my discard pile. I think it's a Brute Force.
It's been working out for you this
week. Yeah, and I don't have much else other than like a look what I found to try to help get that clue, but
I have a way to help get the clue.
Okay. So I'll grab brute force back to hand. Whew. Okay. That was my first 2 actions because of Frozen in Fear. So my third action is nothing all that useful that I can think of.
Can you move again, or can you move? You can move.
It would cost me 2 actions, so I can't because of Frozen in Fear. Yeah.
I was going to suggest you go here because I was going to start to go over there to deal with that next turn. I can get both of these in the next 2 turns, but it just takes the next 2 turns.
Yeah, but I can't. So I think my third action will actually just be to use 3 of these for my catalog to play a fresh Derringer. Never mind. I was thinking I was going to override it, but my other hand slot is currently unoccupied, so I will just have 2 of them in play.
Nice. I support this.
Yeah. I'm channeling my Roland vibes, right?
Yeah. I'm rubbing off on you a little bit, I think.
You have. I've learned some things. And I'm just trying to decide whether I want to, since I haven't discarded a card yet, whether I want to charge up my artistic inspiration. I don't really want to draw more cards than I need to right now and risk losing my whole stash, so I guess I won't. Okay, then that's my turn, so I'm just going to test Frozen in Fear. Oh, but that's another reason to charge my artistic inspiration. I should probably. All right. I will discard Grim Resolve to artistic inspiration. I'll put that under George. Drawing a new card. It is not, thankfully, my weakness, so that is charged back up. And it's exhausted, but I'm going to be lazy and not turn it to the side. Okay, testing Frozen in Fear. 3, 2, 3. It's a 0. Oh, wait, that cultist was not in the bag.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll do the honest thing.
Do it the right way.
All right, let's find that 0 again. This one feels like a 0. Nope, it's the auto fail.
Couldn't get further from a 0, in fact.
Okay, well, I still am Frozen in Fear.
Still frozen. All right.
And have you acted this round?
Nope.
Okay, your turn.
I'm at the scene of the crime. I'm going to spend $2.
Oh, yeah.
To take that clue.
I love that.
Look at us go. That was my first action. My second action is going to be to move to Arkham Woods.
Yep.
And my third action is going to be to draw a card. That's it.
Okay, drawing last action.
Yep.
Smart.
Yep. I've learned it from the best, What can I say?
All right, we are just one upkeep away from advancing this agenda.
I know.
So here we go. I guess I'll draw a card. It's not my weakness, so we'll celebrate that.
Oh yeah.
Gain a resource. I don't have to discard a hand size. All right.
My weakness.
Okay.
So
here goes nothing.
Oh, we have to advance it, huh?
At top of the Mythos phase, we are adding our 5th. So I guess the very first thing we do, we will also reveal the back and read it, but this tells us that since we're still in Act 1, this is how well this game is going, we have to put the ritual site into play. So the ritual site is connected only to the main path. But because this was a pretty small scenario, so we didn't leave ourselves like space to put somewhere else, I'm going to put it here. Just here, actually, I have a little arrow here as a reminder that this is just connected to that one. Okay, so we've spawned the ritual site and spawned Umerdoth there. So let's. Oh wait, also this. Okay, so first this Vault of Earthly Demise. Actually, I'm about to take off the table. Right. Oh no, never mind. This is actually really bad. Okay. So the returns, there was a way to cheese this scenario where you like intentionally do what's happened to us unintentionally, where it can actually kind of be easier if you're still in Act 1 for other reasons that you haven't seen to win this boss fight. And so what this card does that is attached to the boss is you put a resource on it for each act left in the act deck when Umerdoth enters play. And each resource on this gives it +1 health and fight +1 health per investigator and +1 fight. So it's getting +3 fight and +6 health.
Wow.
Because we have 3 act cards left in the act deck. And then Umerdoth itself is the Devourer below. It's an ancient one. It's elite. It has It's a hunter, so it moves towards us. It's massive. That's a keyword you haven't seen yet this campaign. That means that it is considered... It won't go into anyone's threat area. It will stay on the locations, but it is considered to be engaged with everyone at its location. So everyone at its location has to deal with opportunity attacks if they do anything but interact with it, and so on.
Okay.
It also means it attacks everyone at its location in the enemy phase. Speaking of its attacks, it attacks for 3 damage, 3 horror. Its text says it has 6 health plus 4 per investigator, and then this is giving it another plus 2 per investigator, so it has 18 health.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Forced at the end of each investigator's turn, ready Umordoth. So if you evade it, which it has 6 evade, but it readies at the end of your turn.
Comes right back.
And then there's an action on it that says, if you control Lita Chantler, it's only after her you can throw Lita to Umordoth in order to spare your lives, and that ends the game. This R3 means you would immediately read a resolution, but the random discard at the beginning cut off that avenue.
Yep.
From the start, because everything is going wrong. Yeah, I mean, how happy the end of the story would be where we decided to throw this seemingly well-intentioned woman to her death would, we would see, but unless you have a way to get that out of your discard pile, it's not happening.
I mean, I think sacrificing Lita at this point would be better than whatever fate we're about to endure.
I agree. I think if you had Lita, we'd be like, oh, thank God, let's just do it.
yeah. Right now, I feel like we're kind of stuck, and we're probably not going to have the happiest ending.
We'll see. We just have to do 18 damage.
That's so easy.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
We also still need to flip that agenda and see what it says on the back. So why don't you do that for us?
The Devourer below. Revelation. Replace the current act and agenda with the Devourer below. This card is both the current act and the current agenda. Objective, if Umordoth is defeated, R2.
Okay, so we actually have no more act deck.
Okay.
We got 5 out of the 6 clues to finally advance the act, and it's all for nothing. Currently, our objective is just to defeat Umordoth, and we do not have to deal with Doom anymore. It's just a fight to the death between us and it.
Yeah. I can't take any hits from it.
Oh God, I can take 2 hits from it would defeat me. Well, even though we do not have to worry about Doom anymore, we do still have to draw encounter cards in the Mythos phase, so that's the next step.
Dreams of Relia. Revelation. Put Dreams of Relia into play in your threat area. You get -1 intellect and -1 sanity. Test 3 sanity.
Willpower.
Willpower. If you succeed, discard Dreams of Relia.
As an action.
Yeah. So I did realize, fortunately, I have +1 sanity because of my dissection tools. Otherwise, this would have driven me insane.
Oh man, yeah, I forgot that you were at 4 out of 5 based on what you're printed on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have this, I guess, but that's straight -1 sanity.
Yeah.
So that would have just got me.
You can put some horror on the token, but wow, that would have been actually kind of fitting. That just just sent you to Relia and everything. And this is what I was talking about when I said there would be some Cthulhu stuff bleeding in.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep.
This is a fantastic draw. I drew Ancient Evils, a card you normally hate to see, but when there is I guess there technically is an agenda. This is considered the act and agenda. So a Doom goes here, but unless cards care about how much Doom is in play, it doesn't do anything. Okay. It's our turn. I've got 2 Derringers. We could. Oh, geez, this gets +3 fight.
Yeah,
it takes
huge.
8 to hit it.
Yeah, just to do anything to it takes 8. And we have no blesses. We have.
Is it actually the best, like the fitting ending to our story if we just resign at the main path?
I'm kind of wondering that because I don't have a way. I have a way to heal a little bit of damage, but my problem is sanity right now.
Yeah.
I can't take any, especially now that I have these dreams from another dimension. I have no way to put up any fight against it.
And this is a slightly this is I mean, I don't know, it's meta in a way or something, but I'm not sure I've ever seen the resolution for what happens if you all resign.
Oh,
and I think it could be interesting. Yeah. Or maybe it's the same as if you're all defeated, actually, but sometimes it just is one and the same. But yeah, I don't see a world where I can hit it at 8 fight.
I mean,
so I don't know how I can contribute here.
yeah. I mean, and also not only to get it to 8 fight, but to get it to 8 fight for 18 health. You said.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Even
we need to hit it, for 18 total.
With mine, that's 9 successful attacks with my Remington. And I would need to get in, hit it, and evade or run away every single time.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if the last person that ends its turn with it evades it.
No, it readies at the end of each investigator's turn.
At the end of each, not the beginning. Oh, damn.
Frankly, I think the design of this scenario was that you're almost definitely not going to defeat this. There are other good resolutions besides defeating this. There are other ways out of this that we have lost our window.
Oh, we just dilly-dallied far too long. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I feel like that what's it called? Vault of Earthly Demise that sort of patches this to make sure that you can't even cheese a way to defeat it.
Yeah.
Really drives that home.
I do actually kind of think resigning is the best move here.
Yeah.
I just don't see a way we possibly defeat this.
I think it saves us and our viewers 30 minutes of us trying to set up, trying to go in and set up situations where if we draw our Elder Sign, we'll hit it for 2 damage, right? Which ultimately would have to happen so many times. That's not that's the only way I can I could use my Derringers for +2. They only even do extra damage if they succeed by 2 or more, and that's not happening. So I think I could get to basically where if I draw my Elder Sign, which gives me a +1, I could hit it for 1 damage, and that's the extent of how much damage I can deal to it.
That's your cap.
Yeah, one damage if I draw the Elder Sign token.
I can probably get it to 2 damage for a 0 or -1, but that's still not good enough odds to keep us in this game, I think.
All right. Well, so here, let me I'll go first.
All right.
I am going to, you know what? I'm going to draw a card just to see if I can hit my weakness one more time for maximum pain. I do not.
Okay.
And then I will resign. Oh, wait, I was thinking that takes me 2 actions to resign. It doesn't. I just can't do it twice because of my leg injury. So I'll draw 1 more card. Ooh. Why not?
All right.
Nope, I did not get... It just would be too fitting to be cast adrift here at the end. Okay, I will resign at the main path. There's nothing we can do to stop them. And I leave Arkham to its grisly fate.
Well... I'm at the scene of the crime, so I'm going to collect...
Oh, you got the last clue. We could have advanced the act. So close.
And then I'm going to go back, wander over to the main path. Well, found the scene of the crime, but don't know what they expect us to do here. So I'm out.
We never even enter this. We never even enter the ritual site with Umurdoth. We just hear the screams and the ground shuddering and just run.
Yeah.
Some heroes we are.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Sometimes it's just better to know when you're out of your depth.
Yeah.
And that moment passed.
It's true. And I mean, and we're not here. Arkham is not... The investigators are investigators. They're not heroes. Mm-hmm. We are not here to be heroic. We are here to find out what's going on and maybe stop it if we think we can. Mm-hmm. We can't.
We cannot.
No.
I've given my house to this cause, but sadly that is all I can give.
That's right. Yeah, you burned down your house for nothing.
I did.
Well, that's okay.
For Lita, and then Lita did not help us here.
Umurdoth the Devourer is probably going to devour your house anyway, so maybe we don't have to kick ourselves over it. All right, so I'm going to take us to resolutions. So no resolution was reached because each investigator resigned or was defeated.
Okay.
We both resigned. Too frightened to face her fate, Lita flees into the night. She realizes that she has failed, and Umurdoth's vengeance will pursue her wherever she goes. The creature's tendrils spread throughout the city of Arkham, searching for her. It lurks in the darkness of every corner, tugging at the seams of reality. But Lita is nowhere to be found, so the creature dwells in the shadows to this day, searching, killing. So actually, maybe your house would have been fine.
It's just looking for her.
It's
All
just
of
like,
this?
well, it's killing a lot of people in its quest for vengeance.
But it's just for her. So she pissed this thing off enough, and like she just dragged us into it.
Yeah, I wish we could have thrown her to it. Now that we know this,
I sacrificed my house because she just wanted to drag us into some nonsense.
Hey, no one forced you to listen to this deranged seeming redheaded woman.
No, if you're gonna come in and be convincing and tell me that shit's popping off in my house and tell me to burn it, don't not tell me that it's your fault.
Well, here's the bad news. In our campaign log, it's always funny when the epilogue to the whole campaign tells you to write things in your campaign log, because obviously it doesn't matter. But we have to record that Arkham succumbed to Umardoth's terrible vengeance.
Okay, fitting.
And then each surviving investigator is killed.
Okay.
Helpfully, the Arkham Cards app adds bullet points. Oh, it doesn't play well on camera on my phone, but that specifies Roland Banks is killed, George Barnaby is killed.
Thank you. I needed that.
Just in case we didn't know whether we were considered surviving investigators at that point, I guess. And the last bullet point is the investigators lose the campaign. Yeah. In general, the only time that you win or lose campaigns is at the very end, and we lost. Okay. Yeah, which is unsurprising, like I said.
The big bad did get spawned, so I guess it's only fitting that we lose the campaign.
Yeah.
Not only did the big bad get spawned, but immediately after seeing it get spawned, we just decided, you know what, we're good.
Right.
We're out.
Right.
So I guess that's a fair assessment of the game.
So we really never even saw kind of the scenario's story that happens if you advance the act. Want to glance at it?
I'm curious.
Just for posterity. Is that that's not the applicable word?
I think
for the hell of it. Yeah. So if we had gotten those 6 clues, we would unveil the plan. The ritual site would spawn then, and that's why it said to put it into play if we weren't already on there. And we would, so here's the fun part. You knew that as part of setup, I grabbed the encounter set of cultists from Midnight Mass.
Yeah.
At that time, all of the cultists who we did not track down and interrogate last time spawn at the main path. Literally all of them.
That's funny.
So we would have had 4 of those cultists from the Midnight Masks on the main path, including the one that was on the back of the agenda, this... Narogath,
wow,
who was like a boss on its own. So that's I told you the scenario was brutal.
Yeah, that's true. You did tell me that,
and that I think is more than the fact that at the start of the scenario we placed Doom on the agenda based on how many cultists got away. But that's actually like the lesser impact. The ones that got away also all spawn as a group, which is crazy.
It's pretty significant. Yeah.
And then when we advance to Act B, we would just spawn some enemies, or so that's the main thing. So wait, so there's another objective in here somewhere, I think. Well, I guess it would be on the front side. I was looking at the back side of the act. So eventually our second objective would have been just to enter the ritual site. That's it. It's pretty simple. Our third objective would be to disrupt the ritual where... and the ritual site has clues on it, and it actually has you refill its clues at the end of each round, so you can just sit here getting clues forever.
Okay.
You need to, as an action on the act, spend a clue, pass a willpower or agility test. If you succeed, you can put that clue on this act, and you need clues equal to twice the number of players to disrupt the ritual. Okay. But you have to do all that before the agenda advances and removes that from play and spawns Umardoth.
Right.
It's very difficult. And so, what people were doing to kind of cheese this scenario, and the reason that it got like patched with that Vault of Earthly Demise, is that you could just spend all the time you wanted setting up for the fight, let Umardoth appear, and then kill it. Was like actually kind of the easiest thing to do here.
Right.
Other than sacrificing Lita to it.
Sure.
Which gives you another resolution that is basically like you saved Arkham but are haunted by what you've done for the rest of your living lives. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That seems positive, at least.
Right.
Saved us. Everyone survived. The city is good, so it's kind of like a positive outcome.
More good than bad. Yeah. You saved a lot of other people at the expense of like your, sanity and happiness.
Fine.
Yeah.
Didn't need it.
So anyway, it's very funny that we didn't really get anywhere.
Nowhere. No, absolutely nowhere here. That was that start was like one of the hardest starts that... I mean, I've not played this game very much, but that was a very difficult start to overcome.
It was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. From losing 2 cards at the beginning, and we both got some of our best cards. You with Lita,
Yeah.
and me with that Bound for the Horizon that gives me the free move every turn. We lost some of our best cards to that.
Yep.
And then Doom started getting dumped into play, particularly by that cultist token.
Yep.
And it just we were pretty much doomed from the start.
Doomed from the start. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was
Doomed by Doom.
Doomed by Doom.
Yep.
And even just like it felt like every test really kind of came down to it. And just we wasted a lot of actions kind of moving from place to place, just kind of like trying to coordinate ourselves too. So there was a lot of like times where we just wasted a lot of actions, I think, in this scenario.
Yep.
But
Yep.
yeah, it was rough, and the monsters kept taking our clues, or taking my clues, I should say. So every time, yeah, this was a really interesting scenario, though.
Yeah, and it's funny because the Lord of the Rings card game is the same way in its core set. I don't know how intentional this is, that both of these games have 3 scenarios in like their core set, and the third one is just like impossibly hard. It's the same in that game. It's that in the Lord of the Rings, I haven't played that nearly as much as Arkham, but it like in the Lord of the Rings card game, you have 3 heroes that are, instead of kind of 1 like we have here, you have 3 characters that make up sort of your starting tableau, and it just takes one of them at random. And you've built your deck around those heroes,
right?
So, and also your heroes in that game generate the resources. Like you get 1 resource per hero per round, so it's also cutting your income by a third. And that's at least solo. I do think that the more players you have in that game, it only takes 1 hero total. So if you're playing 4 players, you've lost 1 of your 12 heroes.
Yeah.
But also that game has scaling issues where higher player counts are harder for a variety of reasons. And
okay.
Actually, the main reason being that it's treacheries. A lesson that Arkham learned from Lord of the Rings is its treacheries tend to affect all players. And so when you play solo and draw a treachery card, like 1 bad thing happens to someone. If you play 4 players and all draw treachery cards, 16 bad things have happened, right? 4 times 4.
Right.
So
yeah, that's a lot more. That's significantly harder to deal with.
Yeah. And the way locations work in that game, it also doesn't scale well for players. So anyway, I don't know why I went on that tangent, but yeah, it seems to be like an FFG LCG trend to have impossibly hard end to their core set content.
That's fair. You can't make it look like a the cakewalk, but
yeah. And I've just always been curious whether it's by design to add like replay value to the core set, or whether it's always just been sort of this game is young, the balance and the play testing is not quite refined. Right?
Yeah, that's definitely been true of FFG stuff.
Yep.
But it's probably a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B. I mean, like, this is a remaster, so to speak, of this scenario. So they had a chance to change it. They did change it, and like obviously making this more difficult.
They did not change it to make it easier.
Right, and I feel like this is a very like thematic thing too. Like as much as I said, like at one point, like use the rules to beat the game. Like I don't think the intention of the game is to make it so that if you wait and let the ritual happen, the game is easier,
right?
So it's like this feels fitting, but because the rules are much more intentionally written, I feel like, than scenarios. So it's like, that's different. But yeah, I like this kind of element, and it felt like all of our choices mattered, like all of the results, or the consequences, I should say.
Yes.
Because even if we were failing at our thing, the consequence of failing was, well, now we have to deal with this, elder god or whatever that's going to be spawned,
Yeah.
So I do feel like the cause and effect of the game felt really good and really natural as not only the course of a campaign goes, but over each individual session.
Right. And to that end, I think that I thought it'd be interesting to, on a separate video, do a little bit more debrief on our thoughts of the overarching campaign. And maybe we'll even talk a little bit more about Curse of the Rougarou in there as well. But we'll make that a separate video because I think that might be interesting to people who have not sat through our, 8 hours of gameplay on this campaign and may just find that. And Steven, our friend and regular on the channel, Steven and I have done some of those types of discussions about some other campaigns, but I don't think we've done it for Night of the Zealot. So maybe we'll just do a quick, I'm guessing it'll be 15 minutes, nothing too long, but yeah, I think keep an eye on the channel, and we will be talking a little bit more about sort of our thoughts on Return to the Night of the Zealot here in 2025, where it is almost at its 10th anniversary. but I had fun with it.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then also, I don't know if it's going to be immediate or if we will have a little break from Arkham gameplay videos, but I think we'll play another campaign at some point, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, let us know in the comments what you'd like to see us play next. I'm very torn between kind of continuing through some of the old content that will be rotating out of the new kind of current environments, so probably playing Dunwich Legacy next then, or doing the exact opposite of that and playing the newest campaign that also I would be playing blind.
Oh,
right?
fun.
Which would also be fun. That's the Drowned City, which as of when we're recording this came out like 2 weeks ago. Okay. So I've taken the shrink wrap off of it, and that's about it. haven't played it at all. So we'll figure that out. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to see, and we will take that into consideration, assuming we haven't already recorded that by the time the comments are out. So,
yes.
But we'd still appreciate the comments. They help us in the algorithm too. All right. Any final words before we call this a campaign and a video series?
No, this is really cool. Arkham's fun. Thanks so much for teaching me and getting me back into it. I hope to play a bit more for sure.
My pleasure. I had a lot of fun playing with you. You picked it right back up. So I think you carried me a lot of the time as I was. Actually, that's one more. I know I'm trying to wind down the video. One thing that I guess wouldn't be in our debrief video probably is what we thought of our specific characters.
Oh, okay.
I thought George was really fun, and I'm still a little confused by whether he's any good.
That's fair. That's fair. It did seem like a lot of the time like you were very focused on using your abilities, but I don't know if it was like helping you as much as just utilizing. Like you used it, yes, but it's like you're kickflipping.
Yeah.
Did you need to do the kickflips, or is it just kickflips to kickflip?
It seemed like in a lot of our gameplay, I was getting a decent handful of clues, but you were getting just as many clues and killing almost all the enemies.
Right.
It definitely felt like a 2/3, 1/3 division of labor, or at least division of like success between us. But yeah, what did you think of Roland?
He was really good. He's a very straightforward investigator, which I think is part of the reason why you gave him to me. It's something that, I wasn't doing certainly nearly as complicated of a thing as you were, but all of the abilities were very effective. And I think the experience system gives you a really good way to customize characters and kind of go through and really tweak them and make them like the character that you might envision or how you want the character to behave when you go into it. So, yeah, I don't think it was super complicated as far as a character goes. He's good basic character. I can understand why he's in the core set.
Yeah, Roland, I think, remains one of my favorite investigators. Partly because Guardian, the blue faction, is I think, my favorite one to play. But also, I think, of the 5 in the core set, I think he's kind of the only one that I would happily return to. The rest I feel like I played once or twice and was good with. But I don't know. I like being the fighter, and I like his sort of mini game of trying to line up opportunities to kill enemies with there being clues on locations, and ideally on locations where those clues would be difficult to get by investigating naturally. I think it's a really satisfying without being overbearingly complex little puzzle and kind of function on your team.
And it's something that's not so abstract, right? Like killing an enemy is very understandable and it's a mechanical thing, right? It's and it's an ability that's very helpful, like you said. So it's one of those things that's good for learning and getting used to the game.
Yeah. And he's gotten some new fun tools lately too. It is pretty new. I was thinking maybe Ancestral Token was actually from a few years ago, but no, it's from Hemlock Vale, which is the second time that Curses and Blesses were used as a mechanic. So that I think we didn't end up getting. You played it pretty late. We didn't end up getting any blesses this game, but we appreciated having those. And then the dissection tools, I think, are great for him.
Yeah, definitely.
He wants to rack up quantity of enemies killed anyway. And so that was super strong. And the Wolf Mask. I think those masks, there's one of those in every faction. Those masks are just insanely good regardless.
Yeah, the combination of cards here just to little buffs here and there, and I guess that's how all the numbers in this game work. But being able to give you the tokens just to improve anything, and then being able to give you +2 attack when you engage, which is a repetitive action that you're going to be doing over and over.
And yeah, I just think he can be good with a variety of builds and stuff. And actually, a demonstration of that. If you get rid of the cards in your threat area, everything you have on the table is from like one of the last 2 years of expansions. You didn't play. I mean, some of the events and stuff in your deck were older, but it's not like this was a core set deck. This was a core set investigator with a modern deck.
Yes.
In a way that I think was fun to see. I enjoyed seeing how it worked for you, and yeah, I think it worked well for him. He's just really flexible.
Really good. Yeah.
Yeah, which I think is good because my guess is that when we get more details about the rotating environment, these core set investigators will still probably be in it because they're in the core set. Unless there's a revised core set, which is I consider a possibility. But even if there is, it might still be these investigators.
Okay, that's probably true too.
Right.
But still, that's cool. I always like when FFG goes into games, and this is a great design. Super cool.
Yep. Okay, thank you very much for watching. One last call to hit the buttons below the video. That would help us out a lot. And don't forget to let us know what you'd like to see us play next. And we'll be back on the channel with more Arkham stuff and all sorts of other stuff. It's not just an Arkham channel. Check out, I think at least my taste in board games might match yours if you also enjoy Arkham, because we have that in common. So check out what else we're playing too. And until then, be optimal.